thanks for popping in today to Blind Awakening Art. So we have got a really fun project today that is going to combine two different paint pouring techniques, ring pours and swipes. So I hope you'll stick around to the end to see what the result is. Now, this project is the brainchild of Fluid Art with Erika, and that's Erika with a K. She also has a website called paintpouracademy.com. So Erika does a thing every month where she spotlights an artist on her website. So today we are participating in a collaboration with all of the artists who have been part of the Artist Spotlight on the Paint Pour Academy website. Now we're getting to that fall season, so the theme for today is a Halloween journey in art, and the inspiration is shadows and spells. So we're going to be working with colors that hopefully represent shadows and spells, kind of a Halloween theme type of a piece. So I want to tell you, first of all, I'm working with a 12 by 16 inch gallery wrap canvas. You can see that in the background over here. I have the back of my canvas taped. I am going to put this on my spinner table. Now, what I like to do is I just put down on my spinner around the edge, I put a little thin layer of my pillow paint, which is Glidden Fundamentals Interior Exterior Semi-Gloss House Paint. And I do that because my canvas is bigger than my spinner. So I don't want this thing flying off of here when I start spinning it. So by putting this little thin layer down here, it helps adhere the canvas to the spinner. Just makes it stick a little bit better so that when I spin it, it doesn't go flying, which, trust me, I have had it go flying many times. And these canvases are heavy. So we're going to hope that this helps to keep my canvas on the spinner table. You can tell I have taped off the back of my canvas. I've also sprayed the back side of the canvas with a little bit of water first and rubbed that in, and then used my blow dryer to kind of help dry it, because my canvas was a little bit loose and saggy. And when you spray water on the back of the canvas, that will help to tighten that canvas back up again so that your paint, your canvas doesn't droop and your paint doesn't just sit in a pool in the center of the canvas. So I am going to plug in a little piece that I recorded earlier showing you the colors that I'm going to use today, and then we're going to get started and see what we come out with. Okay, for my colors, I'm going to start with a 12 by 16 gallery wrapped canvas. And I'm going to do a base that's going to consist of 3, I think, ring pours. That's what I'm going to do as my base. And those ring pours are just going to be 4 colors layered together in the cup. This is just an Amsterdam Oxide Black. This is a Payne's Gray that I made myself. And yes, I recycle. I reuse containers. This is a Green Giant mushroom jar. This is a honey container. But they work, you know. So this is just a custom navy blue that I made, and this is just titanium white. So that's what my ring pours are going to be, and I'll be right back and show you what my colors are going to be, because I'm going to do a swipe on top of those ring pours. So let me come right back and I'll show you the colors I'm going to use. Okay, so the colors I'm going to swipe with to go along with the spooky, shadowy theme. In the top left here, we have lime green by Arteza. This second cup is actually trash paint. This is paint that I salvaged from some other things. It's kind of a silvery, bluey, purple. There's a bunch of sparkle in there, so I'm sure there's some kind of pigments in there. My trash paint sometimes amazes me that it turns out as good as it does. This one back here, that is actually a custom color that I just call Plum Crazy. And I used Arteza paints to make that. It's just a really deep purplish, it's got some hints of red in there. I don't even remember how I made it, to be honest with you guys. This is, I want to say this is Color Art, Prism Pour by Color Art, and this is called Violet Rose, so that has some shimmer in it. This is an eye candy pigment that is called Golden Pavilion. This is Arteza Violet. I think there's a little bit of titanium white in there just to lighten it up a bit. This is Amsterdam Expert Series Indigo. I love this color. This is another eye candy pigment that is called Okinawa Sunset. And this is my cell activator that I'm going to use today. That is 1 part Amsterdam Titanium White and 3 parts Australian Floetrol. Okay, I know that was a lot of colors, but we're going with it. So let me get started here. I have layered my paints in little Dixie cups. So this is what my layers look like, if you can see that. And we are going to, where do we want to start? This may or may not be enough paint to cover this canvas. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I'm just gonna do a little ring pour. I don't know that I had enough white. These are bloom paints that I'm using today, and I am out of one of the ingredients that I mix with my paint. I am out of my Behr 8300 Deep Base, and they have discontinued that product. And I have not yet made it out to Home Depot to get a quart of the product that they have replaced that with. I'm a little bit scared that it's not going to work. So I'm only going to start with a quart of that. I have 3 cups here, so I'm going to do 3 ring pours. And this is a technique that I just absolutely love, where I do the ring pour and I spin that out and then I swipe over the top of it. So I love this technique. It is so much fun, and I end up with some really cool patterns and designs. So I had to make a little cup of white this morning, and I was absolutely scraping the bottom of my bare 8300 paint can to try to get enough of that to make just a little 4-ounce cup of white paint. So, like I said, I did not, I used it all. I used the whole 4 ounces of white paint in these layered cups. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a blind artist. I see color, contrast, movement. I don't see anything in detail. I use a magnifying glass to get up close, so I can't really tell what my rings look like right now because I'm not using my magnifying glass. And I've been struggling a little bit this week. I've been having some vision issues this week. So I haven't painted for a while. Not that you've really been missing me, but just in case you have been, if you follow me on Facebook, you know that I was always, I was constantly on Facebook. I was always doing posts multiple times a day. I see, I think I see a lot of air bubbles in there. I'm going to hit that real quick with my heat gun, but I have to be super careful with this bloom paint because my heat gun will absolutely dry it up and cause a skin to form over the top of it if I'm not really, really careful. There might be a little goobery globby thing in there too. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna spin this because I don't want to pick it up and tilt it. And here's what I'm gonna do. Just to be on the safe side, before I spin it, I'm gonna just use some of my pillow paint. To go around the edges just to be sure that I have enough paint on here to get this to flow off the edge of my canvas. So that was just the Glidden Fundamentals Semi-Gloss Interior Exterior House Paint. That one was the black. I used the black and the white, and I'm just gonna kind of spread this out a little bit and hope that it helps with the flow. But while I'm at it, since I've got that on there, I'm gonna go ahead and hit my sides with that excess that's flowing off of there. Ooh, I felt something globby through my glove. I don't like that. Okay, whoops. Felt something kind of gritty in my paint. Not good. Gritty is not good, you guys. We'll see. That's a big part of my issue is that I can't always see like the bubbles and little goobery things that get in your paint, little dry chunks of paint. But I do feel that through my gloves, so we're just gonna hope that it spins off of there. I haven't used that black Glidden in a while, so it's possible that it has got some that it's dried up, some little pieces of dry paint inside my container. Okay. All right, let me get the majority of that paint wiped off my finger. And let's give this a spin. See what our base is gonna look like. I'm spinning gently. Spinning gently because, like I said earlier, look at that. Spin this the other way. Gosh dang it. See, when this is so big and I'm trying to reach under there and grab the spinner table, I end up putting my hand in it. But it's kind of cool, don't you think? I love this technique. I just think I am gonna reach underneath of here, and I am gonna tilt the whole thing a little bit. This is kind of a slow process. Don't want my canvas to go flying off of here. Or sliding off of here. Okay. I have to get a lot of this paint off though, before I do my swipe. So those colors that were layered in there was just oxide black, titanium white, Payne's gray, and then a navy blue that I custom mixed. And I'm trying to kind of go at an angle and look at the reflection of the ring light to see if I can see anything that's kind of standing up like an air bubble or a goober. That is a super cool pattern. I'm very happy with that. I like to use the bloom paints when I do this because they are thicker and my rings hold their shape better when I use that thicker consistency of paint. I love it. I would just almost leave it just like this. That would just be a really cool painting all on its own. Okay, I'm just going to get some more of this paint off of here. And then we'll start with our swipe. So let me do that and wipe my hands off a little bit so I can pause the camera here while we get the rest of this ready. Okay, so here's the way I like to do this. I like to do a swipe from both ends of the canvas that kind of meet in the middle. So I would do a swipe here, and then from this corner, this edge, I would kind of come back up this way, and where they meet in the middle, I kind of twist my palette knife a little bit to make it look like it's actually twisted. So, here's what we're gonna do. I am gonna start down here at this corner. Let me look in the camera and make sure that you can actually see that corner. I think you can. I hope so. Okay, so I'm gonna start in this corner, and I am just going to lay down some stripes of color. Okay, so there's our lime green. This is my trash paint that I rescued from something, I don't know. It's kind of a silver and blue, purple. It's got some sparklies in it. This is my custom plum crazy, is what I call it. Okay, and then this is the Violet Rose. I think this is Color Art Prism Pour, which if it is, it has some shimmery stuff going on in it too. Okay, now I'm gonna do, this is Golden Pavilion. This is a pigment by Eye Candy. It's really pretty. I'm gonna kind of drizzle that just all over everywhere. Okay. Next is, this is Indigo. This is Indigo Blue by Amsterdam. Super pretty. Super, super pretty color. We have another Eye Candy pigment that is Okinawa Sunset, and again I'm just drizzling, get that shimmer throughout. And then last but not least, I know this is a lot of colors, guys, this is Arteza Violet with, I believe, a little bit of titanium white mixed in there. Okay, now I'm going to use my big palette knife today. It's a mess, I know. And I am just going to load up the back of this palette knife with my cell activator, which is the 1 part Amsterdam titanium white and 3 parts Australian Floetrol. So give me just a second to do that. I'll show you the back of my palette knife. Get it kind of smoothed out here, evened out. There's the back of my palette knife. Okay, which way do I want to go with this? That's the question. I usually do better. I'm going to spin this around because I do better pulling the knife toward me than pushing it away from me. So, I am just going to Set my palette knife down on there as level as I possibly can. Okay, so that is my first swipe. I'm going to wipe this palette knife off. Ah! Do I have anything to wipe it off with? Okay. Wipe that off. And then we're going to come back and we are going to make those same stripes again on this end. Okay, so I'm just going to do this quickly here. Same order. Same thing. I'm not going to do a lot of talking while I do this, because I need to get this done pretty quickly, because like I said, when you're working with bloom paint and you're working with house paint and it's a large canvas, you have to be pretty quick with these. Okay, let me get my palette knife loaded up again. I got some kind of little, I can see some little thing in my cell activator. A little goobery thing. I don't like that. Okay, so now I am gonna spin this back around so I can pull towards me. And okay, let's see if I come this way or do I come this way? Okay, I'm gonna lay this down. I'm going to pull it that way. And I think I dug it in a little bit too much there, but yeah. So it's not exactly what I wanted it to be, but let's see. Man, I've got my apron on, and I usually have lots of paper towels in my apron, but today I do not. So I think I just got big globs of paint inside my apron pocket. Okay, so that's our swipe. Let me see here if I need to do anything. Get my magnifying glass, and I'm going to look for my smaller palette knife. Okay, and I'm going to see if I need to pull this out just a little bit. I'm really not super excited about the way my twist ended up this time, but let me get this spun around a little bit here, and I think I just need to touch this a little bit. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to do now for the big spin. Once I do that, I'll be able to tell a little bit better if there's something that I need to do to touch up here. I don't think so. I think we're good. I want to try to get that excess glob of white off the end. I kind of like it. I kind of like that little gray tail thing. It's kind of like we're gonna call this the witch's brew that is just kind of going up through the sky. I don't know. This is a dark, eerie night with plumes of color rising up into the sky. Or maybe it's the northern lights. I don't know. But I like it. Whatever it is, I like it. What do you guys think? Look at those cool cells. I'm super excited about the cells. But I really love those ring pours too. It's just a different kind of technique where you combine two different things together. And again, it's just one of my favorites. It's just so much fun, and it's something different every time. You just never know what it is that you're going to get. But here it is, the final project. So all of the artists that have been included over the months in the Artist Spotlight of the Month will be participating in this collaboration as well. And I will have all of their names and links to their YouTube videos listed down below in the description. I've also got links down there to different products that I use and some discount codes, you know, things like that. I would really appreciate if you check out these other talented, wonderful artists. Go to their YouTube channel, follow them on Facebook, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, you know, all the free stuff that we can do that takes a second just to help support other artists. Thank you so much for stopping in today. I really appreciate it. I will do a flyover here and probably have some still shots for you. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Don't forget, you don't need sight to have vision. So let's go out and create a world filled with love, hope, and inspiration. See you next time.